What's up, JT family? It's your boy Trey Bills.
Enjoy.
And today, as y'all see by the title, what we doing?
We're doing the red flag, green flag relationships. Yes,
Edition.
no's, additions.
Right, so before we get started this video, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and
Subscribe.
And make sure you also tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend to make sure they subscribe as well, because we're on our journey to 5,000 subscribers, and y'all are doing such an amazing job with helping us get through. Let's get straight into the video. We don't want to do too much more talking.
So first off, I hate extreme jealousy. So if you have someone that's just doing way too much.
Okay, so what do you feel like? Give a scenario of somebody being jealous. Like, what would jealousy? Well, okay, you can't say someone. You gotta say somebody like me. Somebody would be that.
A guy that's like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
Well, are we doing like relationship period or our relationship?
I mean,
I think we should do relationship
yeah, I think we do relationships in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, this is like you're generally speaking for all the women out there.
Okay.
So when you say jealousy,
I would say like I would speak in general, not on our relationship.
yeah, I mean, of course.
Okay. So for example, I have a boyfriend and I'm going out with 3 of my homegirls and their boyfriends. Or there's 2 homeboys. Put it like this: 3 of my homegirls and 2 mutual homeboys. So there's guys involved, and my boyfriend has a problem with it, and then starts acting extremely jealous because I'm with 2 other guys that are friends.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from with that, and I do feel like that could be an issue because it's like, do you trust me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
basically,
yeah, that's just a conversation. I feel like a conversation that needs to be had should be basically, hey, this is who are going to be there, so he's aware, and then, you know, I don't think that it would be sufficient for him to have an attitude or be upset about
right
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. But you gotta understand too, men are very territorial.
Yeah, but
so it's a difference between jealousy and territorialness. You feel me? Like being territorial is just always wanting to make sure that your girl is safe.
Even territorial, I would put jealousy / territorial. Just extremeness of both is very irritating.
I mean, I think that a man that is territorial
It's okay.
is very
That's okay.
that cares about his
it's
girl.
okay to be territorial. That's why I put extremely, like, you know,
just overdoing it, overboard.
Yeah.
Okay. My red flag, a red flag that I feel like all men have is a woman who refuses to compromise. I feel like compromising is like something, whether it be time, energy, anything. I feel like that is something that is needed because, I mean, all of us have needs. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't compromise off of the things that, you know, you want, it's considered as being selfish. So,
I can agree with that, I guess, yeah. I think compromise is very important in any relationship.
Right.
Then I put neglect of self-care. I'm very big on that. So not just like older, but also like getting haircuts, taking care of, you know, just your physical appearance.
Okay.
It matters for sure because, I mean, I'm not saying you have to be top tier all the time and, you know, but self-care as like hygiene wise as well.
Presentation.
I shouldn't have to remind you to go take a shower or, hey, your feet are very ashy. Put some lotion on it.
Feet. When would you see a man's foot?
At home, walking around the house.
So you telling me you pay attention to my feet? I know we're not making this about us, but
I wasn't making this about us. That was just an example. Like, you gotta chill on the chair.
guys, y'all already know our chair. So if y'all want to help donate, okay? If y'all want to donate to our cause, we'll put our link down there below in the description box.
Yeah, so definitely neglect of self-care.
Yeah, presentation is everything. So I feel like it's very important. So that's a good one as well because, you know, you want to also be a reflection of
Brushing your teeth. Not having, like, the leftover plaque and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you are essentially an example of who you're with. So presentation is everything, you know.
It matters.
It matters for sure. My second one that I put is a person who avoids hard conversations. I feel like in order to have a healthy relationship or have a healthy partner, you have to have those hard conversations because The things that make us uncomfortable are the things that build us, right? So, and it teaches character. So it's like if you're not willing to have a conversation on the hard things, it's like, how am I supposed to know how to effectively know how to treat a person or love a person if you're not willing to have those hard conversations? So
Agreed. I think that hard conversations matter, and that communication is definitely a key factor in a relationship. Not taking accountability. Did you say that?
No, I didn't.
Not taking accountability. So, self-explanatory, honestly.
Oh, well, I actually have that as my next one. So we agree on the same
That's
thing.
a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're wrong, you have to know that you're wrong, and you have to be like, okay, you know what?
I was wrong.
I was wrong. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times, and a lot of men will attest to this, like when they see this, or put down in the comments what y'all think as well if y'all agree with what we're saying. But a lot of men will attest that a lot of women don't want to take accountability. A lot of women won't take accountability because that's just like a trait that women just don't do. And I'm not trying to single anybody out, but a lot of women just don't take accountability. So when you do find a partner or a person who is mature enough, a woman that is mature enough to take accountability, keep her by your side, brother.
It's usually the easier way out not to take accountability, but if you're in a relationship and you wanted to make it work, then I do think that, okay, you know what? You're right. I did wrong.
All right. So both of us had that one because my next one was not knowing how to take accountability. So we both agreed, same answer. But I guess I'll go to my next one. My next one will be for me, and I think a lot of men as well, the name calling / yelling. I think that it is very important to know how to control your emotions in sticky situations or situations that may not be something that you like, right? So, example, somebody does something to you in a relationship and then you just go off and do the name calling.
I guess it depends on the situation. I'm not saying it's okay. So I'm not the name calling type of person, but I will raise my voice.
Yeah. What I mean by yelling is like yelling to a level of where it's like, I always tell people like it's all about your approach and how you address somebody. If you want a certain reaction, you have to check your approach, right? So if somebody is yelling, the approach that you're trying to get or the point that you want to get across isn't necessarily going to be taken or receiving in the most nicest manner because you're yelling at them. It's also showing a sign of maturity within that person. No, I don't think you yell a lot. I think that's a trick question. She's trying to trick you. I don't think she yells a lot.
My last one was issues being repeated,
but not changed.
But not you in my phone.
I'm just trying to see
issues being repeated but not changed. You might want to write one of my stuff down.
No, I'm already got mine. Okay.
That's how people cheat on tests.
Yeah, it is. And I used to be
main
one hitting them like this. Hey, bro, let me see what paper I can't see.
So if I'm repeating myself,
type. My last one and red flags will be weaponizing past mistakes, right? So what that means is basically using the past mistakes that your partner has did, right, and using it against them or trying to hold, like, I think it's almost like a manipulation almost, because it's like if a person is trying to do better or wants to do better and you're using their past mistakes against them, that's wrong. I don't think that's right. You agree?
I agree.
Okay, so let's go into the green flags now. Enough of the red flags, let's get into the good stuff.
Emotional validation. So listening and acknowledging how your partner feels. So if I'm sad, don't be like, okay, you'll be all right. But ask me like, maybe it's something that actually means a lot to me. This can be the smallest thing. I washed my sweater and it turned a different color, my favorite sweater, and now it turned beige.
Or dingy.
Now I'm really sad. That sweater mattered to me. So I don't want you to just, I'll buy you a new sweater, you'll be all right. I want you to be like, okay, I got you. All right, let's see what we can make. Let's see what we can do to fix this.
Do I do
For
that?
example. Yeah, you did pretty good.
Okay, I was like, damn, you made me feel like do I do that? And it's a joke to you, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's not serious. Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. I mean, I feel like that is very important, vice versa for both genders. You know, paying attention to your your partner's emotions and feelings is very important. So having the emotional intelligence to tap in when you need to tap in. My green flag is knows how to communicate, right? A lot of people don't know how to communicate their feelings and emotions without, and this goes back to the red flag, yelling and name calling, because they haven't matured enough in a space to where they are able to communicate, right? So
I feel like a communication is like a key factor in a relationship.
Yeah,
but we
it is.
all know this. Everybody, we all know this. That's what everyone's looking for. Somebody that can communicate with, that's on the same level, on the same page, that understands one another. You know, that's called a relationship.
right.
So
But that's a
that
green
should be
flag though.
Green flag, that's top tier.
Yeah, that's my number one. Knows how to communicate.
Good one. Second point, support and open to new things realistically. So what I mean by that is, if I was to be on a swim team, I would want you to be open to, I'm not saying join the swim team, but come swimming with me. You don't know how to swim? Let me teach you. Be open to new things, even if you're scared. So, or if I like skiing, you never skied a day in your life. Be open to at least trying it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that is how you build.
That's fun. Like, okay, you know what? I want to be able to learn from my partner. No matter what it is, I want to learn from you in multiple ways. That's learning new things.
Well, it's not also just learning. Yes, that's a good valid point, but it's also building a bond and different having different experiences to build bonds on. So I agree wholeheartedly. I think that is a very important, or it's a green flag for sure, because if you're willing to be selfless, that's the word we're looking for. If you're willing to be selfless, then it makes the relationship not only healthy, but it also makes your partner feel validated. So that's all the relationship is about. It's about being selfless and also validating your partner's feelings, and what you had in your red flags. A person who doesn't know how to do that. So everything is, as y'all see, everything is combining. You feel me? My green flag is don't entertain outsiders. Right? Outsiders could be friends. Outsiders could be associates.
Okay. Trust. Taking it as far as being able to be comfortable to tell your partner your own wrongs. I think what I had meant by that was being able to say, you know what, which is part of communicating, I guess. Babe, I think I fucked up. Like, I didn't think it was going to be this, but it turned out to be that. Whatever it is. I didn't expect X, Y, and Z to pop up, but they popped up. I'm wrong for this, that, and the third. So, yeah, it's a part of communication. Comes back to taking accountability. Stuff like that. I think that's what I meant by that. I'm so sorry, y'all. But, like I said, we did this yesterday.
Okay, that's a good one. I agree. Granted, a lot of people not gonna possess these traits, and some of these things.
It's
have
really
to be,
hard to admit when you're wrong, because
Exactly.
really you could just be like, you know what, I ain't gonna never know. I
Right.
ain't gonna find out. But you're gonna live with that
doubt.
doubt that, damn, I kind of feel bad for this. It's hard to be a very fully truthful and honest person.
I would just say transparent, because that's transparency.
Yeah.
It's telling the truth, yes, but it's also
Being able to just say
transparent.
I am wrong
right. That's
And-
transparency.
without, maybe you're gonna get a reaction, or you're gonna get consequences based off that action, or whatever the case may be. But being able to be that honest with yourself and your partner, that shows character.
I agree. I mean, I don't.
Just
disagree.
because someone's not looking.
It's called integrity. Good one. Okay, my next one is a green flag is validating your feelings. Not making you feel less than or belittling you as a person because of how you feel.
A absolute entire green flag. This should have been at like number 2 on my list, not gonna lie. Surprises, unexpected dates, ideas for weekend getaways, ideas for date nights at home. That's an absolute green flag. If a man takes control, 100% green flag.
The next one I got is take accountability. We kind of discussed that in the red flags. But yeah, taking accountability is like something that is like that's why I said for men, connecting yourself with a woman that knows how to take accountability is just like you said, 110. Because a lot of women don't want to take accountability. That's not a trait that a lot of them possess. So when you do find a woman that does that, you got you one, brother. And then the last one I got. Or do you want to do one more after that?
You got it. End it off.
The last one I got is being yourself fully. Being with a person who you can be yourself fully with is like top tier. You know, you're not being something that you're not. You're being yourself wholeheartedly. Like being who you are, who you were made to be, your whole existence, the stuff that you love and genuinely care for, you're being yourself fully. I think that's very important in relationships, because if you can't be yourself with your person, it's just like, what are you together for? You know what I mean? It's no point, because it's just like you're going to end up being unhappy, and then unhappiness brings a whole list of confusion in the relationship. So being yourself fully is very important in a relationship. Do you agree?
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I agree. I think usually we like, obviously, since most of these points we're gonna agree on, because we're in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I agree. But it's just also good to just, speak for the ladies. You know, I'm speaking for the men. You speak for the ladies. With that being said, guys, if you guys agree with what we said,
my list can go on and on and on.
Drop.
I got all that stuff to say, really, but we're gonna keep it.
Drop down below in the comment section. If we missed anything, you guys can tell us in the comments. Let us know. If you guys want us to do a part 2. She said she got a whole nother list.
I got a lot to say, really, but we're gonna keep it cute, okay, y'all? So make sure in these comments we're keeping it cute, because I know we can get to the depths of these things, but that's not what this is about.
And again, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Get us to 5,000 subscribers. We're almost there, guys. We know that you guys can do it. And on that note, on that time, we out of here. Deuces.